Welcome back, guys. It's time to learn the Caro-Kann defense. My opponent played e4, I played c6, knight f3, d5, challenging for the center. Developed his knight to c3. I pinned his knight to the queen with my bishop. He attacked my bishop with his pawn. He took. Generally, it is not advisable to exchange the bishop for the knight because the bishop pair is actually very, very more powerful than the knight pair. But in this position, it does not hamper my position, right? It actually keeps my position solid, so that's why I exchanged it. Then I played e6 to solidify my center. I took. He also challenged for the center with the move d4. This is a very good move. D4, challenging for the center, preventing me from playing moves if like e5. So what did I do? I attacked the pawn with knight c6. Then he just carelessly developed his bishop to bishop f4, forgetting that that I'm also attacking his pawn. So I took the pawn attacking his queen. The queen attacked the knight. I came back and I'm just up a pawn for no reason, just winning up a pawn. He saw that he messed up. He has to castle queen side just so that he could launch an avalanche of attacks on my king side. I said no problem. I developed my knight to knight f6, continue development. He moved his knight to b5, obviously trying to threaten this fork on my king and my rook. I say I'm not a newbie in chess. I brought my rook to see it. Obviously, if he tries to play this move now, I just take. If he tries to play this move now, I just take it with my rook. So it begins with the attack. I say, okay, what is this knight doing here? Move away. The knight went to d4, and I say, let's exchange this bishop. This bishop looks too powerful on this square. It's too powerful on this square. Let's exchange this bishop. He said, I'm going to exchange this bishop, but first let me exchange my knight first. Why? Whereby he's attacking my queen, and he thinks that I will just take back maybe with my rook or with my pawn. But he forget about a very, very, very golden rule in chess. You have to check first and ask questions later. And I did this in between. It's called an intermezzo, whereby before I recapture the knight, I take his bishop with a check. And now there is no good way to block this check. You either have to block with your queen and lose your queen, or you block with your rook and lose your rook also. Whereby I'm still going to win this knight. So he has to move his king. I just took the knight and I'm just up 4 points of material for no reason. 4 points of material. I'm playing against a 1943. A 1900 player blunders a simple intermezzo. So what did he do? He developed his bishop. I decided to castle. Then he played the move f3. Why will you play f3? F3 clearly hampers the development of this bishop. Like, you played bishop to d2, develop your bishop, and you played f3, clearly undeveloping your bishop. Well, I did my I developed my queen to a very active square, at least trying to put pressure on his king side also. So what did he play? He said that, okay, let me continue to attack on the king side. I double up my rook, putting pressure on this pawn. Then he says, well, I know you're putting pressure on this pawn, but let me attack your knight first. I say, well, this guy just doesn't learn. And I played another intermezzo move. Rook takes c2. Clearly, the idea of this move is to threaten a checkmate on the board. As you can see, my rook is here, queen here next is checkmate. So I play this in between move, knowing that even if it takes this knight, guess what? I'm going to threaten checkmate on the board. He said, well, he had to take it with his queen. Queen takes rook takes, king takes. Then you have to see this continuation. Queen to f2 check, clearly trying to win this bishop, and this rook cannot block this check because of what my bishop controls that square. So what did he play? He went back. I took the bishop. He took my knight. I said, give me this free pawn. He brought his rook to g1, trying to win back a pawn. I said that does not happen here. I moved my pawn to d6. He attacked my queen. I gave this check. King moved. Then I brought my bishop to e5, threatening this pawn, and also was putting pressure on on this pawn. So he attacked my queen again. I said, thank you very much. I needed this bishop, this battery on the king. My bishop and my queen, they're attacking this pawn, threatening with checkmate on the next move. And there are two defenses that he has in this position. Either I move this rook to this square, or I move this rook to this square. He chose the latter. He moved this rook down. I say, thank you for this free pawn. I don't know what this move does. I think he's trying to push this pawn to this square, to a6, whereby if you can get your rook to this square and down here, it will be a checkmate. It will be a checkmate on the board. So I say, well, that does not happen on my watch. I played king to g7. So even if he plays this move, I'll just take it. So he exchanged, I took back. He attacked my bishop. Why? Well, I said, let me just continue pushing my pawns on the king side, because I want to just push these pawns to destabilize the defense of the king. Imagine if this pawn on this square on a6 gets to this square. This pawn cannot take it because of what? It's being pinned to the king. So I said, let me just push up these pawns and destabilize the king's defense. He say he wants to double his rook. He doubles his rook on my bishop, thinking that I was going to move the bishop, then take this pawn with check. And I said no. I continued my plan, and guess what? My opponent was resigned at this position. My opponent resigned in this position. Why? Because he saw that even if he takes this bishop, rook takes, I can just take back with my queen. He takes back. I can take back my queen, and I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pawns to 2 pawns, and I have what? 4 passed pawns. As you can see, 4 passed pawns. So my 1900 opponent was resigned in this position after the move was a5. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and expect more videos.